Good evening, everybody, and welcome, race fans and driver fans alike, to tonight's Super Formula race. We're going to start straight away at Spa-Francorchamps, as you can see in the main picture, with a reverse championship grid order sprint race to get us underway. Just 8 laps of Spa-Francorchamps. And it's dropped the clutch and go. Mikhail with an early problem on the way out from the start, and indeed an absolutely disastrous start for many of our drivers. Spinning left, spinning right, several drivers into the wall, and that is certainly shaken up this reverse grid sprint order, as many drivers offline in the cold and damp conditions we have here in Spa, already causing problems for our drivers. Unfortunately, we're going to talk about the championship positions, the standings in due course, but right now we've got drivers spamming the overtake button down the Camel Straight, not least among those which, well, Jose L. Diaz in the Grizzle teammate Cabbage Corp card, who screams down towards P3 into Les Combes, and Revelit just hanging on to the car, tried to defend the position, but over the curb, and Revelit now being chased down by 90 Tres. We've got Mario right at the start, at the head of the race, starting in reverse championship order, so at the back of the championship, as the Tamiya Racing Factory have also changed their beautiful livery to a Germany reminiscent colour scheme here for tonight's Spa-Francorchamps race. Maybe, in fact, it's a Belgium reminiscent race livery we've got here, as we see Solshock checking the mirrors on the way through Les Fagnes and down towards the Stavolo corners. But Mario, at the moment, away in the lead here with the with the team, with Taz on the car, and he is storming off into a brilliant lead here. The all-orange Mario heading away from the rest of the grid, away from Solshock, our Canadian driver, from the Mexican Jose Diaz, followed by another American of 90 Tres, who is following his way through. How about this melee, though, we've got with the Azul drivers leading a gaggle of cars. Tequila Monkey defending from his teammate. They're side by side through the bus stop chicane. Looks like championship front runner Vader is splitting the middle of the two of them. Incredible stuff as he decides to thread the needle going through, but it's contact left, contact right, and he's surely going to have to cede this position, because Tequila Monkey and Vader have been trading wins so far in our main races at the head of our championship, and certainly Tequila Monkey is putting the authority on Arya at this stage, and certainly hoping that Arya can hold up Vader as they make their way through the grid and try and secure some sprint race points at the head of tonight's coverage. We have Vader, though, in P7, up from near the back of the grid, of course, with Revelit, his teammate, the Hungarian, holding off for now, though. But it's Tequila Monkey challenging Jose Diaz. Jose Diaz actually causing all manner of problems. It looks like Arya has been held up, and Vader and the Dark Side Racing go all the way around Jose Diaz and completely bully him off the corner. Arya, though, stuck on the outside of the corner, through the X corner, as I tend to refer to it. But Vader into 5th position with championship rival Tequila Monkey in that 4th position up ahead, though. In front of them in the reverse podium positions, we have 90 Tres, Solshock and Mario still at the head of the field, but with only 8 laps in this race. So far, so good, as Tequila Monkey defends hard to the inside, and Vader is all over the back of him. No pit stop here today. Tequila Monkey, Vader carrying a little bit of front right damage on the car at the moment, and they are using the overtake button to stay ahead of Tequila Monkey. Tequila Monkey hoping now, though, to keep that extra little bit of boost in profit, as we've got a challenge going up ahead there for Solshock versus 90 Tres. Solshock tries to do the undercut round the corner, the up and under, and has he profited? Well, 90 Tres still has managed to make his way into 2nd place now in that excellent exchange, as Vader goes monstering down into La Source. Not only does Vader sideswipe, oh dear me, 90 Tres spat out into the barrier comes back across the racetrack, hits Vader. Soulshock back into third position. Tequila Monkey nibbling away through Eau Rouge. No patience on the track for this sprint race. Of course, the drivers not interested in being patient as Jose Diaz and Tequila Monkey trade blows left and right. These are open wheel race cars, guys, as Vader's wearing a 2-second penalty as well. Round the outside goes Jose Diaz into second place, and Tequila Monkey somehow makes his way up into the podium positions as well. From the back of the grid as Soulshock back off onto the grass in the tricky Malmedy corner on the way into Rivage, but it's going to be Vader wearing that penalty who's going to suffer down the long back straight. Tequila Monkey at this time with over half of his boost remaining, chasing now Jose Diaz. No idea how Jose Diaz found his way into second position. Absolutely incredible stuff. We have dark, looming, cloudy skies here in Spa, although we are promised dry running today. But the drivers will certainly be nervous of the famous Spa Belgian weather here in amongst the forest. As Arya is also looking to close in now on that podium position. The Azul Racing team, I'm certain, are very near or completely at the head of the field. You can see Vader has now slowed down completely for those 2 seconds off throttle. That is certainly going to hurt as Arya goes into third position ahead of championship contending Tequila Monkey. No love lost between these two, it seems, at the moment. There's certainly early days in the championship, and Arya and Tequila Monkey are fighting this one very hard. Tequila Monkey with the back end out on the way out of the bus stop for the third time. They start lap 4. We will have a qualifying session after this sprint session to decide the grid for the main race. We're Grizzle into 5th, so that means Cabbage Corp are in positions 2 and 5. Surprise of the session perhaps at the moment. Mario still leading this race, and not just leading it, but leading it by 8.2 seconds after just 4 laps. He's also not, it's not like he's used all of his boost. This is incredible stuff from Mario, doing a great job, as Hunter's Hut says. And good evening to you and to Roberto. As Hunter's Hut says, Woe Grizzle moving up, early favourite for driver of the day. I think you might be a little bit ahead of yourself there, because we have the main race still to come. But Arya into third position, Tequila Monkey into 4th. Then we have Woe Grizzle in 5th place. Revelit is in 6th. Ahead of 90 Trez, and then as a bit of a wait then before we get Soulshock and Vader. Vader just in front, using the overtake boost once again, and Vader moves his way forward then into 8th position, but he's got to be trying to get himself up towards the highest points paying positions in this sprint race. Soulshock in 9th. QT is in 10th position in that all new livery. I think it might just be a special livery for the Belgian round here. But I didn't get any early warning on that one. Zad Soldat is in 11th for Team Safred, and he is going pretty nicely at this early stage here, one of the founding members of Super VoRmula. We have Vicinity in 12th position, screaming on through again in that beautiful livery. Then we have the Enigma reserve driver, I think here for Team Safred, with Mikhail at the rear of the field, just getting started, getting used to the conditions in an all-new livery again that I haven't seen before. But Mario, with half a second penalty on the car for track limits abuse, no less, is 9.4 seconds still in the lead of the race, and he's on the racing soft tyres, as is Jose Diaz, carrying a little bit of front left damage. Jose Diaz, so presumably rubbed a barrier or a curb particularly hard, but there's plenty of Armco around here. Coming up behind Jose Diaz though is the Arya of Team Azul. So Azul Racing chasing in to the second position, and Arya has certainly had the pace in the team tonight, and certainly has profited from the times when they have been on track together. Tequila Monkey could do with the points in his battle against Vader, but perhaps this championship is not quite as over and done with as we to start with. Perhaps we're tempted to think between Tequila Monkey and Vader, perhaps we're going to have some extra drivers in this, as Black Arrow says, no, my cabbage. Woe Grizzle is in 5th place, and Jose Diaz is in 2nd. No panic for Cabbage Corp here. They're doing a great job so far of bringing that unique team name and colour scheme to the fore. Revelit in 6th place for the Dark Side Racing team is chasing up and carrying the speed, trying to get as far forward as possible here. There we have Revelit then suspending a little bit of boost. Judith is cheering on somebody, but I'm afraid that the term of endearment baby is not going to help me work out, Judith, who you are supporting. So give them a shout out and I'll know exactly where your colours are nailed. It's Aya in 3rd, chasing down though Jose Diaz at this early stage of tonight's running. It's the closing stages though of our sprint race, using that overtake boost. How much overtake has Jose Diaz got? They're not too dissimilar from each other as they head into the famous Eau Rouge and over the hill of Radion Corner, and then proceeding on to the Kemmel Straight, the long flat out section here, and using the PSVR2 system. Of course, this league an exclusive PSVR2 league, as Aya tries to go the long way round and Jose Diaz has absolutely none of it. Mario still leads this race by 9 seconds, just shy of 9 seconds from 2nd place Jose Diaz. Aya on screen in 3rd, and Tequila Monkey trying to stay in touch here with the battle for the podium. If anything goes wrong between Aya and Jose Diaz, or if perhaps they spend too long defending, Aya though makes their move down towards the inside of Pouhon Corner, but has to bleed out of the throttle because of that narrow entry into Pouhon Corner. And a slightly mistimed attempt, but no harm, no foul for Aya and for Jose Diaz. They can continue this brilliant battle here for 2nd place in the sprint tonight. Thank you to everyone who is watching so far. Welcome if you're just joining us. This is the Super Formula 3rd round of the season. We are racing in the VR system on Gran Turismo 7 for everybody in the Super Formula cars. We have our own team franchises, and the drivers are competing not only for their new team franchises with custom liveries, of course, but also for themselves, for the Drivers' Championship. This is the first season of Super Formula, and we are having some fantastic racing so far. And actually, this sprint throwing up quite an unusual situation as they start lap 7. We have the rearmost driver in the championship, Mario, leading us away from the grid on the reverse grid start for this sprint race, and continuing to lead. Nay, verily, he is in fact dominating this race. I don't know why I slipped into Old English there for a moment, but there you go. These things happen. Sparking down the Kemmel Straight with the bumps and what we are promised to be resurfaced track coming up for 2024. Rosaria just gets a little bit out of shape, suffering from the dirty air effect of the car in front, using that boost as well. Jose Diaz using a bit more boost even than Aya, and it looks like Tequila Monkey holding on to the boost with a little bit of front wing damage at this stage. That should work itself off, and the soft tyres are wearing fairly gently here in Belgium, despite the long tracks and long punishing high-speed corners. The tyres are holding up pretty well right now, so the fuel is burning off as well. We should be on track for something approaching 25 laps of fuel in the main race, so just about our 22 lap distance for the main race. Let's head down through the field though, for the possibly the final time here, as 5th place is Revelit. Then we have Woe Grizzle for Cabbage Corp, not too far apart from each other. Vader seems to have lost his pace here from the early part of the season, certainly has used all the boost available to him, and is stuck in 7th position, can't catch Woe Grizzle and his teammate. Then we've got 90 Trez in 8th position, featured a little bit higher early on. Soul Shock is trying to hold off QT here, who's dropped down to 10th position at this stage, and not too... Will we get an overtake here at this stage? Well, QT taking the wider entry into the bus stop. It's not quite there, but it does mean he gets good drive out of the final corner of the lap. He's not quite on terms here to have a look into last source, and also no boost remaining on the car, so he might need to settle into that position. Vicinity's in 11th. We have Zad Soldat down in 12th place, Enigma and Mikhail, and up at the front of the circuit and about halfway round the famous Spa-Francorchamps circuit for his final lap today comes Mario in the all-orange colour scheme car. It's looking fantastic here for Mario at the moment anyway, and he's going to do his absolute level best to finish this one off in style. Through Le Fania he goes, and it's looking very healthy indeed. Let's check on Jose Diaz in second place, still holding off here. Then comes Aya and Tequila Monkey in fourth place. We'll see Mario though as he heads out of Stavolo. Full throttle, all the boost gone. We will see a lot more strategic use of the boost in our feature race, and of course we've got qualifying for that coming up for you very soon indeed. But here comes Mario then down to the final braking zone of this sprint race. Looks like all is very comfortable here. What a win for Mario, who exits the final corner, wins the sprint in Belgium by 15 plus seconds. What an amazing performance from Mario. But Jose Diaz fighting with Aya. They go wheel to wheel once again. Aya around the outside, down to the inside. A little bit of contact on the exit. Jose Diaz holds on for second. Aya will certainly be talking to the stewards afterwards, I imagine, with that treatment on the way through the bus stop. But third position, a podium in the sprint. Tequila Monkey crosses the line in fourth. We see Woe Grizzle for Team Cabbage Corp in fifth. Then comes Vader. Revelit in seventh. A little bit of afters going on here potentially. Soul Shock and QT both seeming to reset there for a moment, but 90 Trez crosses the line in 8th place. We have QT crossing the line in 9th. Soul Shock is nowhere. We've got Vicinity coming through to claim that 10th position. Then comes Soul Shock, and we have a little wait for Zad Solda, Enigma and Mikhail to finish us off. But Mario, take a bow. What an amazing performance from Mario. He'll be feeling very buoyed up by that. Not only was he gifted the pole position in the reverse championship order, but he sprinted away from everybody, if you'll pardon the pun, and he was quicker than nearly everyone throughout the course of the race, not counting boost usage. Fastest lap goes to Vader, but no points for that, I believe, as Reed is happy to see Woe Grizzle up there and scoring good points for the Team Cabbage Corp. Fantastic performance, though, from Mario, who takes the sprint race, our very first sprint race here at Super VoRmula. So he'll take the plaudits. We'll get a quick look at his outfit and positions. Up he goes in from second on the grid to secure the win. Great work then from Mario. I imagine we will have a short break for a minute or two while we reorganize the lobby for everybody, and I hope that everyone is enjoying that one. Blake Cut says, what a win, great driving. Absolutely, completely agree. A great win from Mario, who secures a sprint victory in 15.5 minutes. Then comes Jose Diaz, Aya, Tequila Monkey, Woe Grizzle, Vader, Revelit, and 90 Trez. Vader with the fastest lap on the sprint race. QT, Vicinity, Soul Shock, Zad Soldat, Enigma, and Mikhail round out the results for our full grid here today. Obviously, not counting my seat on the circuit, as we will then. I'll tell you what, I'll just need to save that in case of any post-race issues. We will wait for the situation then to find itself and get our lobby organised. While we wait, let me know what led you to tune in tonight. I hope it's a particular driver, or you've seen a clip online or something along those lines. But let me talk to you a little bit then about our championship as things stand. Just need to find the entry in my notes. Apologies for this, just a second. And here we have the standings. So at the head of our team standings is the Azul Racing team on 60 points, rising one position after the second race. Then comes Darkside Racing on 52. They drop to position down there. Then we have our Tamiya Racing Factory on 39 points, and on 33 points we have Carriage Corp. Team Safrid have 21, Skynet Racing on 17, with Vortex Racing at the tail of our field, but soon to change that. These points are prior to the sprint on 8 points. Then in the Drivers' Championship, as I'll just make sure that I'm spectating in case I happen to miss anything. In the Drivers' Championship, Tequila Monkey and Vader are in joint first position. And that is absolutely amazing at this early stage. So joint first for our drivers, both Tequila Monkey and Vader. They're on 36 points, 10 clear of third place, 90 Trez, with 3 different team represented in the top 3. Arya is in 4th, soon to change thanks to that sprint race position. And then we will have Woe Grizzle in 5th, Revelit in 6th, QT in 7th, Zad Soda in 8th. We have Vicinity in 9th, Jose Diaz, Safred, Soulshock, Mario and Mikhail. Mikhail yet to score, but again I think that is likely to change as we've got drivers out for, I believe, qualifying already. Mikhail then for the Skynet Racing team. If you look really closely, you can see some additional... Oh no, TVRT, excuse me. I think we may have had a new team entry. But Skynet were wearing some awesome... I think I'm just getting myself a little bit confused here with the team. I'll sort that out in a moment. But here is 90 Trez in the special livery for Belgium, I'm assuming here. As Kukelt Draft says, expect more of Zad Soda, I think, and QT. Then we've got Freaking Naught saying, excellent race, Jose. Great to have everybody with us. While we wait for qualifying laps to actually begin, just remember to like the video today, if you will, and subscribe to the channel. I've created a playlist for Super Formula on the channel, so we will have the opportunity to subscribe to the playlist itself and just find these specific races for Super Formula. I didn't actually just catch that team message. Quali starts in 2 minutes, then a 10-minute break after quali. Was that? Let's just have a check. After quali, a 10-minute break. Okay, so we are just practicing right now for the qualifying position, for the qualifying session. Just a practice underway. Drivers will have time then to get themselves organised, get ready for qualifying, get into qualifying race trim, and then head themselves for a quick break before coming back for the actual final feature race. 22 laps of Spa will follow a 10-minute qualifying session. Mikhail already enjoying, and this then the view that most of our drivers will be racing with. What you may not realise if you haven't used the PSVR2 system in Gran Turismo 7, you are locked to cockpit view. You don't have a choice. You are sitting with the halo, you are rotating your head, moving around, using the mirrors. Unlike any other game, your use of the mirrors is absolutely perfect using the PSVR2 system, but it does give you an enhanced sensation of speed, bumps, contact, crashing, everything. It's absolutely nailed on, fantastic action, and it does explain a little bit why on occasion we see our drivers making maybe a few more mistakes than regular league racing drivers do, who have a fixed camera on top of the engine cover generally for the cars. Just finishing off the session there, that was a deliberate end to the session for the drivers. Qualifying now begins. Soft tyres, I would imagine, on the majority of the cars. I'm just going to have a look through, check all of this. Here we go. Our Blade Cutter is asking a question. I will just have a look at that once I have finished going through the soft tyre allocation. Everybody then on soft tyres. We haven't had a look at Vicinity's car up close. This is Skynet Racing. You can see the Terminator fantastic Terminator details on the side. So let me just catch up with everybody's chat. Okay, can I explain a bit about my role in the broadcast? Explain how things are organised. I can do that. And Yoka-san says he would like to take the name away from the top of the car because we can see the name on the side. Yeah, I guess we can do that if you would like to. We can try that out, and I'll get some feedback from the rest of the drivers if you don't, if you're not a big fan. So race info, I think, is absolutely essential. We do like. Okay, that's not what I wanted to see at all. So car info only is this stuff, which I like to see. But I can't seem to turn the names off, can I? Here we go, there we are. Excuse me, while I get myself fully together. Vicinity is just going to lead us away then on the outlaps. We'll ride with him. What about my role on the broadcast? I'm the commentator. I'm here to present the commentary and explain what's happening, have a chat with everybody, and generally sit here as another fan that you can enjoy listening to, hopefully. But also, I did help found the Super VoRmula. I actually came up with the name, so if you don't like it, then that's where you can complain to. And I will get involved from time to time with stewarding decisions. I'm part of that team, but generally speaking, I'm here as an impartial watcher of the broadcast, as we will ride on board with Vicinity and head down towards La Source Corner for the first time in action here in qualifying. A little bit of adjustment mid-corner from Vicinity. As you can see him looking to the left, looking to the right in the through the mirrors as we head down towards the apex corner, through into Eau Rouge in the compression, then over the top of Raidillon. Blind entry and exit of Raidillon corner. It is perhaps one of the most difficult corners to ride in that cockpit view we were riding in just a few moments ago. Then we go heavy braking down into Leigh complex, the chicane, where you'll see drivers go side to side. The forever understeering Malmedy corner, which in this game you do seem to go uphill through Malmedy rather than suffer a downhill effect. This is Rivage hairpin, quite open hairpin into the X corner, sometimes referred to as No Name, but they did give it a name and they named it after Jackie X. We head down towards Pouhon corner, usually a slight lift, but that sounded almost flat for Vicinity as he exits Pouhon, perhaps the toughest challenge here in Spa. Then into Les Fagnes, similar I suppose to Les Com, but a right-left chicane, short shoot down into Stavelot 1, a little run before a similarly profiled Stavelot 2. Then you've got to nail that Stavelot 2 exit. That's the penalty markers on either side of the circuit where the drivers will slow down as they go. And then we head through the flat-out Blanchimont. Side by side through here is only for the very bravest of drivers. Full throttle, full VMAX before hitting the brakes super hard. A little late perhaps in this early part of qualifying for Vicinity, and we will cross the line to finish out this long lap here at Spa with a 2-minute 2.512 I believe lap, with Vader straight away on the pace on a 1:52.739. We have Arya in second place. Mario goes third, quickly beaten though by Jose Diaz, screaming past the start-finish line. Then we have Zad Soda up into third position as well, qualifying well here is Zad Soda. What about, though, championship contender Tequila Monkey? Well, he was late out of the pits, as was QT, so taking their time to get their laps in here in qualifying. Only 10 minutes are permissible on the clock here for our qualifying session. So Tequila Monkey, let's ride from his point of view as we head through the Les Com chicane and into Malmedy, and then get a better idea of why that corner has so many understeer moments through it. We need to try and hook up the car into the profile of Rivage corner. The X corner is over before you know it, and then we're mashing that overtake button once again to try and just get that extra little bit of speed away. And you get that real sensation of speed sitting here in the cockpit, and of course how much the gloves will obscure your view on those hard turning fast corners. Tequila Monkey in 10th place at the moment, but a personal best naturally on his first push lap, 1.9 seconds better than a 56.9 he has managed so far, which was 10th position. He needs to find 4.2 seconds to feature on the front row. Vader holds that front row with Arya, his teammate. Then Zad Soldat, Tequila Monkey's teammate, I should say, as Mario goes second. Brilliant stuff to see Mario nailing that pace here that he had in the sprint race in that in the qualifying session. Here comes Tequila Monkey though, second place for Tequila Monkey as Vader goes to cross the line again. He has a near 7/10 of a second advantage as it is now his turn to push here for his flying lap. We've got Vader, Tequila Monkey and Mario, the top three. You see the car in front of Vader just sparking through Eau Rouge and Radiant. 90 Tres beats Tequila Monkey. 90 Tres third in the championship and second on the qualifying at this stage. That is a purple sector though for Vader as he approaches Lake Com. That's the first sector of the race done, and it's purple. It's the fastest so far. His gap at the front is already half a second. Can he possibly extend it even further? 3 minutes to go here in qualifying before the drivers are secured to be on their final lap and the checkered flag starts to fly. Again, fifth gear into sixth through the Pouhon corner. These Super Formula cars are very, very strongly gripping at the front, quite loose at the rear. So you do have to be incredibly careful, especially if you go offline. Now Vader is closing in through the Stavolo pairing here of the Azul Racing team in front of him. That could well be Tequila Monkey. So more sparks flying. Obviously Tequila Monkey has set up his car for very low running through this Spa-Francorchamps circuit as we hit the brakes incredibly late for the bus stop. It looks like a much tighter corner than it is the bus stop right-hander, and then straddling the curb on the way out. New record for Tequila Monkey for himself. Vader though lost out, and I think that was going through Leifania and Stavolo. I think he did pick up a little bit of dirty air effect. Revelit has gone into third. How about that for Darkside Racing? Revelit in third as 90 Tres is in second place now, 5/10 away from the fastest time. Heading down towards the bus stop. Can he get that car hooked up neatly as the exhaust crackle overrun off throttle rings out? A slower lap that time, and this will be then the final approach for 90 Tres. We have Revelit in third place. How is his lap looking at this stage? We'll ride with him down through Blanchimont corner and heading down towards the final chicane here. See the pit complex in the distance. You can see the pit entry on the right. We do have mandatory pit stops in Super Formula. We'll talk a bit more about that in the race as Revelit has a slow lap that time and is just starting his final fast run, I believe. It looks like the driver's needing to have a calm lap before really pushing hard, and the most recent lap there for Tequila Monkey, a fairly slow one. Mario has pitted. Arya is in 6th, with QT in 7th, and brother Zad Soldat in 8th. But Vader has spun, so obviously pushed the envelope that little bit too far. We'll ride, I think, with 90 Tres through the middle sector, the technical middle sector of the racetrack. The wind is pretty strong here, southeasterly wind at 4.5 meters a second. A significant wind speed for our drivers. Between the Stavolos, we'll get an update on the lap here for 90 Tres, and it's a personal best. It is nearly 6/100ths of a second faster than he's been before. He needs to open the gap between himself and Revelit. I don't think he's going to be threatening Vader though. We'll see as he's using the overtake button every time he's full throttle. The overtake button is fully held down. See how that works out. Slightly missing the apex for part one of the bus stop. nailing it for part 2. Out of the corner goes 90 Trez, and that was in fact slightly slower, so it's possible that Revelit could secure a dark side racing 1-2 here for the qualifying. Let's see, I didn't get his last sector. We'll have to just hope. He looks a little bit offline here. Maybe he's not pushing. He's certainly full throttle, full speed. Working his way through the gears, down into second gear. Don't want to hit first gear too often in these Super Formula cars. This does look like it's a good one for Revelit, but it is slightly slower. We've got Tequila Monkey in the pits, so is Mario, and the drivers have finished qualifying. And there then is our qualifying session done. It is Vader who secures pole, a 1 minute 52.739, nearly half a second ahead of 90 Trez. We have Revelit and Tequila Monkey on row 2. On row 3, Mario, sprint race winner, in 5th, with Aya in 6th. Then comes the Dutch brothers QT and Zad Soda on row 4. On row 5, we have Wo Grizzle, Jose Diaz, and then Vicinity and our Canadian pairing of Soulshock and Mikhail in 12th and 13th position. Tremendous start from the drivers there. And it's time for the race then, folks. Let's go, because on the front row of the grid we have Vader and 90 Trez with Revelit and Tequila Monkey on the second row. Arya behind them with Mario, our sprint race winner, no less, on row 3. It's time to go racing for the third round of the feature race here at Spa-Francorchamps. And it's dropped the clutch, and go, go, go. What a launch from Vader. Revelit, by contrast, and several cars turning around again, just as we saw in the first race. So it's Vader, 90 Trez, Tequila Monkey, the Azul Racing team, side by side in 3rd and 4th at this early stage. And we already get some action and some accident on that start-finish line. It's just the difficulty getting these Super Formula cars away from the grid on a cold start. At 90 Trez is challenging Vader. Behind him, Tequila Monkey challenging his teammate Aya, and trying to find a way through comes 90 Trez. Found the inside line into Leigh at the end of the Camel Straight for the first time. Vader across the circuit, off the track, and gives up the position very sportingly as Aya holds on ahead of Tequila Monkey, and it's now Jose Diaz, and behind him QT for Tamiya Racing Factory. A tremendous and frantic start for our drivers. 90 Trez into the lead. Not only that, but Aya is in 2nd. We got Tequila Monkey down in 3rd. I've lost our championship leading Vader. Where is Vader? Surely he's had a huge mistake and gone down to 11th position. He allowed the 90 Trez through, but now he's down in 11th and 12th with his teammate and Mario, who had problems away from the start. Vader is battling, some early damage on the car. That should pick up. He should be able to repair that over time. And Mario and Revelit side by side into Leifania. Tremendous start. We've got Zad Soda at the back, who's obviously had his issues as well. 90 Trez leads us from Aya, from Jose Diaz. And what a start here for our 22-lap race around Spa. It's QT in 4th place now. Much better start from him. Ahead, and having got the jump on Tequila Monkey. So QT moving forward, better than his sprint race, better than his other races early on. And Tequila Monkey, championship contender, pits at the end of lap 1. As I said, we have got drivers who everybody has to change compound, and we've got medium tyres on for QT and softs for the front 2. QT on mediums. Then comes the medium shod Soulshock VR, who rides for the Skynet team. His teammate Vicinity also on mediums. Then we have Enigma on the soft tyres and making some good ground on those soft tyres early on. Here then, let's ride on board Enigma as we try to pick a side to go. He's given the inside line, but that's a hint of a block there as they both try and pass Soulshock, and drivers just taking it fairly calmly. Vicinity was late on the brakes. Soulshock held on. It looked like we might have some worse issues there as running through, and it looks like Enigma has got his teammates stickers on his Halo, so he's going to need to sort that one out. Enigma racing as a reserve driver here for the team, so that's why the stickers haven't been quite organised properly. where Grizzle is in 7th, and then we have Mario in 8th place. Driving a great start here. Arya, though, down to 9th. Big issue for Arya, but he has the soft tyres on. Fresh softs, having pitted early with his teammate. They've both made a decision here to get off those soft tyres, those medium tyres at the start, and get into some open space for racing. Mikhail in 10th, Tequila Monkey in 9th, Revelit in 12th, and what a topsy-turvy grid we have on our hands. Looks like we've got pit stops having happened for Darkside and championship leading Azul Racing, as Hunters are calling out Cabbage Corp making moves, and Kukelt Draft cheering on QT. A great start from QT here, who finds himself now in 3rd place, no less, with Jose Diaz trying to hold on here in 2nd place, just getting a little bit of a wiggle on coming out of La Source. 90 Tres out there in 1st place by 5 seconds almost. On the soft tyres, but QT in a great position on mediums at this early stage of our Belgium round of Super Formula. This is only round 3 of the championship, of course. We will be having a full world championship. We go to all corners of the map for this season, this inaugural season on the calendar, as the drivers are just trying to now manage their tyre wear, organise their race strategy, and start changing what they initially planned to make of this race before the plans got thrown out of the window thanks to that chaotic start. QT in 3rd, Vicinity in 4th, with both Enigma and Soulshock right behind him. This is the Team Safred car of reserve driver Enigma as they run through Pouhon. Excuse me, I just realised that the driver names are back on again. I want those off. Soulshock is in 6th place, then with Wogrizzle some distance behind. Looks like Wogrizzle has mirrors full of the bright orange Mario. Wogrizzle with a little bit of damage, front right and front wing. And now Arya on the new tyres, as well as is Mario, but Mario's gone off. Mario off on the circuit, right in the far distance. He's off on the gravel. That is a huge problem for Mario. Unfortunately, he was trying to unlock some pace. I think cold medium tyres possibly to blame there. So he's working on the tyres. So it does seem like he was suffering with some unpredictable grip conditions. The Darkside Racing team near the back in 12th and 13th position after a chaotic start, but Zadsoda at the tail. And Jose Diaz in 2nd place from 90 Tres, now 6 seconds in the lead, managing the gap, you have to suspect. And here comes QT on the provisional podium positions at this early stage. Still pit stops to make though, and QT will presumably run this full tank of fuel that you have to start with, and he'll run that tank dry and hopefully run the tyres down, and then be able to be light and quick at the end of the race with soft tyres. Usually the drivers are able to make a one-stop work, and certainly we saw 8 laps on the soft tyre earlier on, so expect QT and the other medium starters to be thinking about half distance potentially, maybe just after half distance, for their pit stop to get onto the soft tyres as early as they possibly can. Lots of pressure being applied here. We have Enigma in 5th place, and he's in between the Skynet team of Vicinity and Soulshock. Still though, 90 Tres holding on to the lead, and again we could be about to see a 3rd winner from 3 races so far in the championship, and that would be absolutely fantastic. I mean, we've seen obviously a sprint race won by a 3rd different winner, Mario, but we tend to count feature races as their own kind of Grand Prix level win and point haul, but taking nothing away from Mario's excellent performance in the sprint earlier on tonight. Here he is, Mario. and just getting past the debuting Mikhail here in a new guest team livery. And Hunter starts saying that Grizzle is just warming up, just letting everybody get a little head start, maybe. Well, I'm sure that's what he's hoping for. Revelit in 11th with teammate Vader, stuck in 12th. Suffered, did Vader, from the early contact and defense into Leigh. There seemed to be an extra problem after that. And what you see with these Super Formula cars with the VR system on is you go off circuit or even offline, and suddenly for several corners you're in the danger zone in terms of grip and recovery potential. Here then is Arya now catching the battle that features Enigma, Soulshock and Vicinity up ahead. So Arya in the Azul Racing Team colours, obviously the blue car, catching those drivers inch by inch, and bringing those medium tyres up to the 4. Again though, the soft tyres, Arya is on the soft, so new set of softs for those two drivers, and we've got trying to catch and hopefully pass, as far as he's concerned, Enigma. Turbo fully spooled up here for Enigma, you can see, way up to 200 kPa. Powering their way out of the bus stop to finish lap 5, start lap 6, and the laps 3, 4, 5 all under 2 minutes. It's going to be the target for the drivers as the track grips up. Support, get away from La Source for Enigma. Arya, is this going to be too early to launch a move into Eau Rouge? It certainly is. There was distinct contact front right of Arya to back left of Soulshock going through the corner of Enigma, excuse me. But now we should get a decent tow. We've pulled out of that tow early on, and into Leigh we go. Again, further contact. This time I think possibly it looked like it was Enigma to blame through the corner for the secondary contact, but Arya's found a way through and powers on past. I wonder though about that manoeuvre into Eau Rouge. That could have been disastrous. Obviously, looked like Enigma held on okay. Now Enigma has to worry about another Azul Racing car of Tequila Monkey in 8th place behind him, chasing him down as the dark, foreboding skies continue to haunt our drivers, who will not want to add rain into the significant challenge of Spa today, I'm sure. Although maybe the drivers at the back wouldn't mind a sprinkling to complicate matters. It does seem though that if you get into the lead in this Spa racetrack, you can run your own pace and put in fantastic lap times. Here is Enigma defending from Tequila Monkey. Arya is chasing down Soulshock again though, forced to the outside of the bus stop corner. Will hope to try and undercut, but it doesn't quite work for Arya, and it continues to chase here. That was well positioned from Soulshock, but he's left the door open, has he, into La Source. He's closing off that angle. Gets stuck down in the gutter in La Source if you get too much apex. And now Arya, perhaps learning from the previous run through Eau Rouge, will not want to make contact on the way in this time. Save your slipstream for over the top of Radion and into the Kemmel Straight. Use the slipstream as much as you can. Use a little bit of overtake boost as well. Super powerful is the boost. Draws alongside this time, and surely that has got to be an overtake. Completed it is, as Soulshock over defending maybe, and gets off onto the dirt, off onto the marbles, and Soulshock has to recover the car. Unfortunately, was 2 places higher than this, and he'll be looking to make a safe rejoin here on the circuit. Wait for these cars to go through and pass him, and then gently bring the car back up to racing speed. Unfortunately for Soulshock, that is all shades of wrong. We've got Mario, sprint race winner, but down in only 9th place at the moment. However, on the soft tyres, leading the race is 90 Tres, significantly large lead here for 90 Tres, with Jose Diaz, who can see QT in the mirrors, but it's not looking like a great threat from QT at this stage just yet. And then further back we have Vicinity in 4th place. These are the Azul Racing team running side by side once again. Round the outside through Blanchimont goes Tequila Monkey past his teammate Arya, and he's just about let through there from the teammate. I don't think Arya was particularly pleased about it, but Tequila Monkey makes his way through ahead of 2 Canadians. He's got a fellow Brit in front of him, Vicinity this time, and now Tequila Monkey on the soft tyres. After his second set of tyres here today, after a early unscheduled pit stop, despite qualifying incredibly well. The pit stop certainly not plan A. This is a good run though for Tequila Monkey through Eau Rouge over Radion. He's got the favoured racing line down the Kemmel Straight. He's got the grippy line in. It gives him a purple sector as well, and up into 4th place now for the Azul Racing team. Lead driver in the point standings anyway. As Frank says, where is Vader? Vader is down in the order, unfortunately, Frank. He's mounting a comeback, and we have a yellow flag on the circuit right now. We've got somebody off. It looks like it's Jose Diaz. It's Jose Diaz for Cabbage Corp. He was off the circuit on the gap between Ix and Pouon. So thankfully he hasn't lost more than 1 place. But he's definitely going to be a little bit nervous through there for a few laps until he's got his rhythm back. It's great news for Tequila Monkey though, who gets through the yellow flag unscathed. He's muscling his way through and past. As you can see, Jose Diaz has front wing damage at the moment, and really Vicinity could just be a little bit more circumspect here. He's desperate to make a move. There's the Mexico text on the back of Jose Diaz. I don't think Vicinity is going to be thinking about his next holiday, but he may not be welcome in Mexico. Makes his way through. Jose Diaz then with a mistake, it seems, going through Ix, although we didn't get it on screen, of course, so it may not have been a mistake. Into the pits then goes Jose Diaz. That's unfortunate, but he is into the pits. He will presumably be able to fit medium tyres to a finish now. 64% of fuel on the car. Tequila Monkey in 3rd position, but 31 seconds away from the lead, held by 90 Tres, and 11 seconds away from 2nd place with QT. QT being not only our session host, but also the league owner of Super VoRmula. He gives up a lot of practice time to help out, and you can see now that Vader is in 8th or 7th position. Should we go and have a look? Clearly they're fighting. Here they are. So Vader on the outside. Oh, a little bit of touch there between the drivers. Vader looking for that inside line. He's going to have to do this on the brakes, and he kind of spooks Enigma away from the apex there, and that was muscular and intimidating from Vader, obviously breathing down Enigma's neck, and he even scared him to the point that Revelit got through. Revelit, the fellow Darkside Racing team driver. In front of them we just saw Mikhail, possibly showing us something that happened to a driver earlier on, just putting a wheel over into the gravel after the X corner. That is a feature of the Gran Turismo rendering of Spa. It's not necessarily on every sim platform, the gravel after that circuit. You see a lot of F1 coverage, for example, that show that as being tarmac, or asphalt, I should say, for our friends over the pond. 90 Tres in 1st, QT in 2nd, Tequila Monkey in 3rd, Aya's teammate there, who is in 5th, with Vicinity in between them. Still waiting though on those first pit stops from the drivers who started on the medium tyres, and then we see Mikhail running the softs still. He has just finished lap 9 and just ticked over to start lap 10, and is using those softs to very good effect very low deck here in Spa. I think we could turn up the tyre deck perhaps for these races. Vader just struggling a little bit to get the car nice and straight out of La Source. Slightly underwhelming race here from Vader. Qualifying was alien-like, certainly from a galaxy far, far away, but Vader isn't able to convert that thanks to contact on lap 1. And he has his teammate playing rear gunner behind him as well. Personal best time, and it looks like using those tyres now really got the medium tyres into the sweet spot. He'll hope to try and get those mediums to a finish after making that unscheduled pit stop. But it's also about whether he's got the fuel on board to make that happen as well. Lap 10 of 22 here in Spa-Francorchamps. This is the third round of our Super Formula inaugural season. Races so far have been split between Vader and Tequila Monkey, with, of course, we saw earlier on, Mario winning the sprint race here. We're Grizzle in 11th place. Then teammate Jose Diaz, who has pitted to fix the damage and change tyres. He's on the medium tyres now, just over half a tank of fuel. Should get him to a finish, I think, although it might be slightly marginal. Well, that's what we want from the drivers. We want the fuel to be a challenge to get to a finish without having to refuel. That's the intention anyway, as he runs now there in 12th place. Zad Solder is in 13th place. Looks like he's still on the soft tyres he's started on. He's starting to feel those tyres being less than perfect. And Mario also has pitted now. He's down in the final position, but he's on fresh tyres, and he can see some people in front as a target to catch. 90 Tres has a 21-second lead after just approaching half distance here on the race. He got away from the grid neat and tidy and just let everybody else have problems behind him. Has also, you know, brought himself and putting consistent lap times here. Just check out the tower on the right hand side of the screen for the first, well, certainly the laps after lap 1. Very consistent in terms of performance. That's how it's done. And then we go to see QT's laps, slightly slower as you would expect, in second place, some 21 seconds away from 90 Tres. However, he's got a good gap. And these two drivers obviously have not pitted yet. Neither has Vicinity, who has managed to put on a great chase here. And Arya is now behind Vicinity, just 1/10 of a second away for this third position on the grid. Here he comes through the Blanchimont corner. Long, flat out section, but still a challenge as they go side by side down towards the bus stop. Should be advantage to the Azul car, but actually a little bit nervous on the brakes perhaps, as Vicinity closes off the apex of both corners, but Arya makes it through nonetheless. Well worked from both drivers there. Arya just triumphing, but maybe Vicinity hoping to get a good run out of La Source and through the Eau Rouge corner. Hasta la vista, baby, on the dashboard area of the car. Over the top we go, using that overtake button. You can see just flashing red, bottom right of your screen. Trying to get that overspeed. I don't think it's going to be enough. It's got a purple sector though. Put out onto the marbles, and there you can see exactly the situation with those marbles as he tries to make it work. He's stuck on the outside, tried to sweep around, and unfortunately he's going to allow Revelit to come through. Revelit into fourth. You go from fighting for third to down to fifth position, unfortunately, with Tequila Monkey now looming from behind. Big change there for Vicinity. Very unfortunate situation, and he's still cleaning up those tyres. You've got to feel Tequila Monkey will find a way through. There he goes into Pouon. Wow, how about that? That must have been using a little bit of boost power as well. Great overtake from Tequila Monkey. Now in 5th place, fresh on the soft tyres, hoping he's got enough fuel on board for the finish. Might have to lift and coast towards the end, but he's working his way forward again after a tricky start to the race, and showing very nicely indeed in the Azul car, championship leading. And teammate Arya is in the pits to get off those soft tyres. That was a long stint on soft tyres for Arya. QT in 2nd place now, equidistant between 1st and 3rd, picks up a purple sector. Looks like QT holding on to quite a lot of boost here for the second half of the race, also hoping to be quick at the end with the soft tyres on. He's going to have to rein it in a little bit, make sure that it doesn't overuse on the fuel, but he's certainly got the boost button to use in the second half of the race. 93 is in a similar situation. What a race so far though for Tamiya Racing Factory, now leading our race significantly by a combined 48.5 seconds from Revelit, on the same strategy, or at least having yet to pit, is Revelit in Darkside Racing's car. Not sure what the 3 hearts on the back of the rear wing refer to. Slightly unexpected to see that on the Darkside Racing team livery. Behind Revelit, Tequila Monkey reeling him in as Revelit gets sideways coming out of Leifania Part 2. That's not going to help in the mission here to try and delay Tequila Monkeys coming through. You see Arya out of the pits into 5th place now. And let's have a look through the field as Grizzle is in 6th place for Team Cabbage Corp. This livery really has caught many neutral fans' eye. It is a very good looking car. As Soulshock in 7th place has Jose Diaz within sight in the mirrors behind him, and then comes Mikhail as well. Both drivers on relatively fresh medium tyres as we're into lap 13. Into the pits then comes Grizzle, and Jose Diaz will gain a position there, going for a huge undercut, and obviously on the medium tyres that should work, but suddenly you can see Mikhail generating a fair amount of pace here. He's had a slow start to his debut tonight, but he's delivering for the all-new team on the grid. So new that I'm unfamiliar with it, and I just want to check I haven't missed a team coming on the grid. I don't think so. TBRT is certainly a new one for us. So he's putting in a good performance and putting out an advert for himself for the team owners if they need a reserve, or they're getting a little bit fed up with one of their drivers. He's doing a good job, as did Mario earlier on today, winning the sprints by emphatically. At the moment though, has championship leading Vader behind him. So Vader now on the soft tyres. I wonder if he is nursing an issue because the pace just hasn't been there tonight from Vader in the races, but may have either a mechanical in the cockpit, may not be feeling quite himself, or may have been picking up some damage. I know he picked up some damage earlier, but it looks like he's repaired that damage, and certainly going quicker at this stage in the slipstream of Mario. We have vicinity behind this group as well, but let's ride then and see if Vader makes a move. I figure he is about to. He's certainly indicating to Mario that he's going to go for it. Mario isn't buying anything Vader is selling down there into the bus stop, as Mario very much just taking his own line through the corners and not over defending. So showing a fair amount of bravery, especially when you've got the likes of Vader breathing heavily behind you. You can probably hear Vader's breath and certainly see the red light behind him on the roll hoop. Vader doesn't have a huge amount of boost remaining, so Mario will have plenty to defend with as he moves across to the inside line here. Mario, Vader going around the outside. He's put out onto the inside. That's where he put himself essentially. At first view, at least, that looked like it was kind of a situation of his own doing. He stuck it out to try and go around the outside, and Mario, slightly ahead, took his line through the corner. Mario coming under some fire in the previous round in Spain for not yielding for blue flags, but tonight no such problem for him, as both the leaders pit from 93 and QT at the end of lap 15. So does this open up a chance here for Tequila Monkey? Will they need to refuel? 93 already out, as Hunter's Hut says. Nice save by Vader. Absolutely, it certainly was. We'll see if he can hold on to the car like he didn't manage to earlier, shortly after being off circuit in that very part of the racetrack, as QT dropping down to 4th position now, but through going Tequila Monkey and possibly Revelit. Yeah, I do believe Revelit is making his way through past QT. He's just on his way out of the pits, so QT will have a job now to get back up into the top 2, although we are expecting pit stops at least from Revelit before the end of the race. Revelit should be due a pit stop soon. Tequila Monkey might well have brought himself right back into the hunt here. He is going to have older soft tyres on board. Looks like 93. No problems. He may manage to catch the tail of the field before the end of the race, but it's looking fairly unlikely with 6 to go, adding the end of the lap that they're on. I don't think that gap will close up unless the rearmost driver has yet to pit. Tequila Monkey, 2nd place then as he goes through Puon corner on the approach then to Leigh. Fastest lap at the moment, lap 13 for this driver, Tequila Monkey, a 1:53.756. But we have several drivers, including Tequila Monkey, holding on to a large amount of boost for the end of the race. Don't keep it too long, guys, because you can end up finishing the race with boost to spare, and that's no good to anyone. But I think it does cost you a little bit of additional fuel as well. Hunter's Hut saying Cabbage caught right back in this race. We will see, as Grizzle and Jose Diaz are in 6th and 7th, as you obviously are referring to. Are you down in 5th? Where are they relative to each other? Not too close, but not too far away either. Were Grizzle and Jose Diaz from a potential podium. Mikhail, 8th place. Mario, 9th. Vader, down to 10th now, after that issue that he had passing Mario, who was certainly robust in his defence, and that might win him some fans in among the neutrals in the audience tonight. Certainly his sprint race victory was a tremendous accomplishment. We have Vicinity down at 11th, then Soul Shock, not looking great here for Skynet Racing. Enigma for Safred in 13th, and his teammate in 14th place. They've both pitted. So, as I said before, Tequila Monkey 2nd place now, with Revelit in 3rd, and the hunt is on now for QT to get his 2nd place back and secure this one for his finish. He definitely would like to get a double podium for the Tamiya Racing Factory team with QT. He's ridden as high as 2nd for some time. He's also a graphic designer and has designed their livery. This is a special livery, I'm assuming here, for the Belgian Grand Prix, or it's for the Euros. I don't know. I don't know football, soccer, I'm afraid, guys. I don't know if Belgium are still in it, but there you go. I doubt that it's football related because QT is Dutch. So in 4th place, 3.4 seconds away from third place and catching now on those new soft tyres with a light car and just 5 laps to go. What an evening of racing we've had for you so far, and will, I'm sure, continue to have throughout this UK evening. More to come on the channel shortly, but for now, this is Super VoRmula. That is Arya putting in a personal best lap on lap 17, and that's a 154.0. Fresh soft tyres on the car and heading through. Let's join on board then. All the way through Eau Rouge and Raidillon. 179 flashing into 180 miles an hour, and there is a purple sector as well. This could be a new fastest lap potentially here for Arya. Might be fun to stay on board. It was a very strong one, and the previous lap was a personal best. What Arya is chasing, teammates' fastest lap, which is worth World Championship points, 153.756. The wind is fairly stable, southeasterly. Through Pouhon we go. Again, just under 180 miles an hour into Les Fagnes. Looking smooth. Remember, one of the reasons that you see VR drivers make more mistakes than you might be used to seeing in esports is that they are locked into this very view, into cockpit view here. It's the only view available in VR, appropriately enough, of course. And actually very few leagues race the Super VoRmula car. If you're racing Gran Turismo, you're generally racing GT3, GT4 cars. If you're wanting an open wheel esports event, you usually use the F1 game. So this is fairly unique. It was a good lap. It was only 41 thousandths of a second shy of the best so far. But spending most of what the car had left in it. There is some more boost to come from Arya in P5, 2.6 seconds away from QT in 4th position, who himself is just under 3 seconds away from Revelit. In 3rd, we have Tequila Monkey in 2nd place. Fairly comfortable now with Revelit for Darkside. So we have Tamiya Racing Factory, followed by Azure Racing with Revelit for the Darkside Racing in the top 3, which has been absolutely fantastic. Just to call out, thank you to Freaking Naught for the subscription on the channel. Anybody watching who hasn't yet subscribed, I'd be super grateful. And like I say, if you can like the video and possibly clip your favourite moment and share it on shorts, that would be also incredibly well received here as a very small but significant thank you for the coverage and all the effort that goes into bringing you tonight's broadcast. We have Revelit here in P3, running wide. Revelit, can he hold it? Yes, just about, but we've got QT closing in on the back. That was a good save from Revelit, but he's certainly going to be compromised now. Great moment from him, but unfortunately it looks like QT will be looking for that podium round the outside of Blanchimont. Revelit has to yield because he didn't get the launch, and QT up into 3rd place will take that little gift as a gimme and enjoy that moment. Just using the boost now to stop the slipstream on the way up the hill the next time. That's his intention anyway. Very narrow entry for QT into La Source compared to most drivers, but maybe he's found something there. He may also need to use the overtake here to get up the hill away from Revelit's getting the drag up the hill. Revelit, what's he doing? He wants that place back. He's using the overtake button, and I would imagine QT likewise. He doesn't really want to continue fighting here. Side by side into Les Combes as QT sweeps across the nose. They avoid contact by mere inches. Oh, Revelit still with the back end hanging out again out of Les Combes and Malmedy. and that should help QT secure this position. But Arya is closing in now. Quite fancies a look at all of this. It is lap 20 of 22 here in Spa-Francorchamps. Revelet hanging on for dear life. Those mediums are giving up though on him, and it does look like the favoured strategy was mediums to soft tyres. So unfortunately it looks like we are also going to avoid the famous Belgian rain. It will definitely dampen your fries with mayonnaise. You'll pick up trackside, and certainly dampen your enthusiasm as well. But we are enjoying the race nonetheless. QT will be smiling in the cockpit with that third position now, fairly secure, he hopes, to a finish. Lap 20 of 22. The main action here is Arya chasing down Revelet for 4th place. I should have a check in though with the rest of the grid, especially a little bit further down. Hunter, so thank you very much. That's very kind of you to say. As Arya chasing down, I'm having a look down the inside. Can he secure that apex? Oh, he's late on the brakes. He's out of the racing line on the marbles, and Revelet very sensibly and calmly picks up the position once again, and a great exit out of La Source. So it's working okay at the moment for Revelet, but Arya has the better tyres on the car as well. We have Grizzle and Jose Diaz down in 6th and 7th respectively. Vader is chasing down Jose Diaz here for the lowly 7th position for our championship leading Vader prior to tonight's round. So it's not all going to plan here for the Dark Lord of the Sith. Unfortunately, this is more like a Return of the Jedi kind of phase in the championship for him. It's Jose Diaz 7th place, Woe Grizzle in 6th, as Revelet has lost out to Arya. Unfortunately, we didn't catch that moment, but by the look of things, it looked like Revelet was a little bit slow through Rivage and maybe even X corner again. It's not working super well for Revelet, unfortunately, and running through the next few corners, and he's trying to get control back on this car. Looks like our podium might be set for tonight as we finish out lap 21. Well, 90 Trez is on his final lap, no less. It's that secure, as Tequila Monkey is in 2nd place, some 9.7 seconds, and he gets a new fastest lap of 1:52.968. All of the boosters gone from 90 Trez. He is full bore trying to get the win. No fastest lap nonsense for 90 Trez. It is all about the win here. QT with fuel flashing starts his final lap now, some 10 seconds away from Tequila Monkey, who is going for that extra point and the extra championship point that's going to come his way if he can hold on. Arya is in 4th, and again looking fairly secure. Revelet slotted back in after giving up the position to Arya into that 5th place. No boost on Revelet's car, nearly a quarter of a tank sitting on Woe Grizzle, so maybe Woe Grizzle will have a bid here. And Vader has passed Jose Diaz. Jose could not hold off Vader, but maybe he will get that place back now with the boost. He's going to give it a go. I feel very confident in saying. I'm going to keep my eye on the track map, but let's see these drivers head down towards Leigh. It looks like 90 Trez is about to finish the race. Let me just check on where he is. He's all right for a minute, as Jose Diaz versus Vader. Jose Diaz saving that boost for the final lap, and it's worked out well for him. Here comes 90 Trez then down for the final time into the bus stop. What a performance from 90 Trez. 20.2 seconds in the lead of this one. The Belgian feature race is won by 90 Trez. What a fantastic performance from both of our winners tonight so far. The sprint race winner, Mario, and 90 Trez dominating their respective races. Now comes Tequila Monkey to take the lead, the outright lead of the championship after round 3. Stewards review pending for all these results. These are provisional results as well, of course. QT coming through. This is best result of the season for QT, so congratulations to him. I'm sure he'll be very happy with that one, and holding off Arya to the finish. Here comes Revelit across the line to take 5th place from an eventful Darkside Racing event for him, and Woe Grizzle for the Cabbage Corp team, who look like they're going to be finishing 6th and hopefully 7th as far as they're concerned. Rounding the final corner comes Woe Grizzle in Cabbage Corp colours, as is his teammate then Jose Diaz, who finishes well ahead of Vader, who obviously without the boost had to run with one hand tied behind his back there to the finish. Vader in 8th, and he'll go home and lick his wounds and come back for revenge in the next race. Vicinity 9th. Sprint race winner Mario comes home in 10th place. Couldn't convert that into the feature race, went all out for that win. Soul Shock is in 11th, Enigma in 12th, Mikhail 13th, and Zad Soldat finishes at the end of the race. This is 93, your feature race winner here in Belgium. We'll take you through the final and provisional order to finish, and then folks, we will hopefully see you again soon. You can stay tuned to this channel. In about 25 minutes time we'll be back online, but for this particular championship, let me just get hold of the calendar and I'll give you the date of what we are up to next. So, date for your diaries: Dragon Trail on the 14th of July, just 2 weeks time, a clean race, a 1-place position gain for number 93. That is 93, of course. Great performance from him. Hunter Sut says driver of the day vote were Grizzle for the Cabbage Corp, Cabbage Patch Kids, but a great one nonetheless for 93. That really was very special. I'm tempted to consider Mario for driver of the day with that sprint race performance after basically being a moving roadblock in the previous round. Turned it around like crazy. Thanks to Z Chris as well, and also to Cookout Draft, who has been part of our coverage tonight. There you see Tequila Monkey with the fastest lap, 152.968. 93 with the win. Just give me a second before anybody exits the lobby. I don't want to miss doing that stage. 93 wins from Tequila Monkey and QT in 3rd. Arya is in 4th place, showing very well for the Azul team in 2nd and 4th. Then comes, of course, Revelit for Darkside, Woe Grizzle for Cabbage Corp with his teammate in 7th, and Vader, former joint championship leader, down in 8th place. And that is a big turn up for the books, especially considering a half-second profit in qualifying was his for the taking. Vicinity in 9th, Mario in 10th, then comes Soul Shock, Enigma, Mikhail, and Zad Soldat. There, though, folks, is your race. That was the Super Formula Round 3 at the Circuit de Spa-Francorchamps. I've been Webbo. Thank you so much for liking and subscribing today. And from all here at Super VoRmula, we will catch you on the next race day.